The reactions are already coming in. Kiran Walia of the Congress Party is joining us on the phone line. Kiran Walia, don't you think that the people of Delhi deserved a government which would do governance and not politics? Because today the kind of corruption that we are seeing is thanks to all the political leaders who pretty much left the city in the lurch.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Apart from other things, that there was no governance, which are social issues and so on, and pension and everything. But the fact remains that when you're highlighting the issue of corruption, we don't see that it has gone down. And if they were really concerned about corruption, they should have stayed on and seen that something is done about it. You run away, you make a whole bogey of making noise, and you want to be in an agitational mode, making...
No, but this is not just about taking on the Aam Aadmi Party. We are talking about the people of Delhi. What are the politicians doing? All that they've done is that there was a government in place, and that also has gone because of pure politics being played by all the three parties.
I'm sorry, when it comes to Congress Party, and we had pains explained to everybody, we never withdrew our support. In the history of parliamentary constitution, a big parliamentary system of government, no government has done away unless there is, you have failed as far as getting support in numbers.
Our investigation shows that many of the people are saying that now corruption is as it used to be before Arvind Kejriwal came in. So this is the kind of corruption that was prevalent during the Congress rule.
Well, that at least we never made a claim that corruption has gone down. We were trying to bring about institutional checks to service level agreements through more of online admissions, online passport system, everything. And
are you trying to suggest that just because you didn't make claims, you also obviously didn't do much to clean up corruption?
No, I do appreciate and say that, but those were steps in the right direction. As long as you have that, this is the way you institutionalize the mechanism. There's no point just crying from rooftops.
Well, I don't know, Kiran Walia, what your claims are, but institutional means have really not made any difference. This is the kind of corruption that has been rampant for a very, very long time. But nevertheless, for joining us, thanks so much. Sudhanshu Mittal of the BJP also joining on the phone line. Sudhanshu Mittal, many in our investigation have said that during Arvind Kejriwal's rule, even if it had been for 50 days, there was a perceptible change.
Who said it? The corrupt or just the people whom you've interviewed? Who's it? Then
some of the people have said that during Arvind Kejriwal, for whatever it was, the propaganda, the fear, the anti-graft line, that the corruption had gone down. You wouldn't be able to see touts in many of the places that they're now openly moving around. Isn't it politics that has been played by the BJP, the Congress, and even the Aam Aadmi Party, where the common people of Delhi are suffering? Sudhanshu Mittal?
Yeah, Aam Aadmi Party surely. The kind of politics they played, it has been at the cost of people. But why BJP? What has BJP done? I just have 2 points to make. One, that if the perception of corruption being reduced was true, then why did the Aam Aadmi Party not continue with the government? The ostensible reason why they said they want to leave is because of not being able to fight corruption. After all, Lokpal bill was meant for what? Reduction of corruption. And if that is what they had already achieved or they were achieving, they should have just continued with their governance. And instead of doing that on the false bogey, they quit the government. So,
but the point also that a lot of people who've been calling in and reacting to the Headlines Today investigation are saying that all the politicians are interested in, be it from the Aam Aadmi Party, BJP or the Congress, is in playing politics with an eye on the Lok Sabha elections. Nobody is really bothered about what is happening in government offices. Everybody seems to have forgotten the anti-corruption plank, Mr. Mittal.
Miss, you have to understand that for 15 years, it was the Congress which was ruling here, not the BJP. And why is
we've got municipal offices also where the BJP has considerable clout and power, if one might add that.
I mean, it is a relative study. There is an endeavor to reduce corruption.
The minute it comes to you, it becomes a relative study, Mr. Mittal. We also have Deepak Bajpai of the Aam Aadmi Party who's joining us. Mr. Bajpai, it seems that unlike the claims that were being made by the Aam Aadmi Party, the corruption still persisted, as our investigation has shown.
Maruk, first let me congratulate you for the investigation, the Headlines Today and Afghanistan. Number one. Number two, of course, Arvind Kejriwal or AAP factor that you call is of course missing, which is evident from the very fact that the last investigation you had done about police stations, corruption in police in Delhi, you remember Arvind Kejriwal reacting and saying that we'll hold an investigation and we demand Aaj and headlines today to give us tips. And if you remember, the same moment the investigation was given to the CBI in a flash.
No,
So
but
the
Mr.
minimum
Bajpai.
time- Just Maru,
Yeah.
let me just complete one line. Give me
Okay,
30 seconds
sure.
to explain. So, within no time CBI investigation was ordered. Of course, it's been 17 days that we've been out of the government. And what you have seen is that CBI investigation, now CBI has said that they can't investigate the case. That's number one. You have seen power subsidy being withdrawn. You saw water subsidy being withdrawn. You saw anti-corruption helpline going cold. You saw power outage helpline going cold.
But Mr. Bajpai, I want to ask you one thing, Deepak Bajpai. The point is that if the Aam Aadmi Party was trying to do something, why leave people in the lurch? Today, the people of Delhi, who you had given an anti-corruption plank that you were fighting, you have moved on to communalism. Nobody is talking about corruption. What happens to the people of Delhi? Haven't you left them in the lurch?
No, Maru, not at all. The issue has not been diluted. And if you listen to Arvind in his rallies, he's been very categorical about it, that the corruption remains the core issue. We remain committed to the issue to the extent that we sacrifice the government, realizing and remembering why we formed the political outfit in the first place.
But right now, Mr. Bajpai, I'm running out of time, but right now all I can tell you is that the people of Delhi are suffering. There is rampant corruption, as the Headlines Today investigation has shown, and all political parties honestly have put their hands up and are looking at the Lok Sabha elections. But nevertheless, for joining us on the show this evening on Newsnight, thanks so much.